Does Texas House Bill 366 ban political memes as political provocateurs Sarah Fields and Chaya Ratchik of Libs of TikTok fame claimed? Look, the fact that I'm doing a video about this kind of tells you whether it was true or not, right? And I'm going to get to the facts on this in a moment, but first, I want to make Sarah Fields and Chaya Ratchik an offer. I will pay for a Ground News subscription for you so you can fact check yourselves before you post misinformation on Twitter. Send me an email, it's on my website, and I will pay for it. When this first happened, I went right to Ground News and I looked up this event. Ground News shows you the sources for these news stories, and some of these sources were of mixed factuality. I'm really speaking from the heart here. I'm not even using my click the link in the description below ad voice. Ground News is a news aggregator. I personally pay for it. I literally use it every day to sort through the true and the false online. It's one of the first things I do when I wake up. If you have a relative who has fallen under the spell of one political party or another, buy them a subscription. I bought one for my dad because he watches cable news all day and he believes whatever he hears. The blind spot report is critical because my dad is of one political persuasion and it shows him stories that he probably didn't see because of his political persuasion. If you have a family member that you just can't get through, right or left, Ground News can help. Help my dad. So right now, you can get 40% off the Vantage plan if you use my link, scan the QR code, it's up here somewhere, or go to ground.news/Ryan. It's like $60 a year. Isn't that worth a peaceful Memorial Day barbecue, right? And Sarah, Chaya, my offer stands. So let's get into it. Did the Texas House just pass a bill that criminalizes political memes? That's what a viewer asked me after seeing a viral post on Facebook. The post claimed that the Texas House passed HB 366, which supposedly bans political memes. Now, before we go any further, I don't care where you fall on the political spectrum. If you use Russian-style misinformation tactics to manipulate people, I will call you out on it. Period. Now, this particular example of misinformation appears to have come from the right. People like internet provocateurs Sarah Fields and Twitter misinformation super spreader Libs of TikTok. So let's dig into this Texas bill. A lot of posts online are saying it will criminalize political memes, and most of the posts use that exact same wording. Many of these posts come with a siren emoji or a claim that the bill will criminalize satire. If you ever see a siren emoji, that's a pretty good indicator that what you're about to read probably isn't true or is done for engagement farming. In fact, Libs of TikTok is essentially an engagement farming Twitter profile. It is designed to construct outrage, not to actually inform you. And this drives shares to make the account even more popular. What's interesting here is that most of the accounts that are sharing this particular piece of information are not bots. I ran the topic through Cyabra, a social media threat detection tool, and only about 2% or so of the accounts appeared inauthentic. So unlike disinformation campaigns that surround Ukraine, which are often fueled by Russia, this particular disinformation campaign seems to be homegrown. And in a way, it's worse because it means that real people either didn't read the bill or they did read the bill and they're just lying for engagement. Both of these things are bad. And the one thing that these viral posts all have in common, none of them actually quote or reference the bill. So I did this radical thing and I actually read the bill. You can read the text as well. It's linked on my Substack at ryanbeth.substack.com, completely free. Here's the key text. A person may not, with the intent to influence an election, knowingly cause to be published, distributed, or broadcast political advertising that includes an image, audio recording, or video recording of an office holder or candidate's appearance, speech, or conduct that did not occur in reality, including an image, audio recording, or video recording that has been altered using generative artificial intelligence technology, unless the political advertising includes a disclosure from the person or another person on behalf that political advertising is being published. That's it. It doesn't ban memes, it doesn't outlaw parody, it doesn't stop you from criticizing politicians. All it says is that if you fake reality, specifically with AI, to influence an election, you have to say so. Now, I am not a lawyer, but I do happen to know someone who is, Jordan Harbinger of the Jordan Harbinger Show podcast, who is an actual attorney. So I sent him the text of this bill and I asked for his take, and he said,
Hey everyone, Jordan Harbinger here. Today we're diving into a new bill that is making waves in the political advertising landscape. Let's break it down a little bit. This legislation tackles a crucial issue, or tries to tackle a crucial issue, altered media in political advertising. So picture this, you see a video of a candidate saying something controversial, only to find out later it was entirely fabricated using AI technology. That's where this bill steps in, or tries to step in. The law requires any political ad with altered media, whether it's video, audio, or even a still image, to clearly disclose that what you're seeing or hearing isn't real. It's not something that happened in real life. This transparency is aimed at ensuring voters are not misled by digitally manipulated content. Good luck with that. But here's the thing. This only applies to office holders, candidates, or political committees, parties, whatever. So your uncle or your cousin who loves to shitpost on Twitter, he's not affected by this. I'm going to go ahead and guess most memes you see on Facebook posted by your grandma are not created by super PACs or political candidates anyway. Now, why does this matter? Why bother with this in the first place? Good question. It's about preserving the integrity of elections, or trying to do so anyway. By mandating disclosures on altered media, voters can supposedly make informed decisions without falling victim to misleading information. Now, of course, we're still going to have a ton of misleading information and nonsense out there, much of it created by AI. It just supposedly will not be put forth by the candidates themselves. And if it is put forth by the candidate themselves or somebody affiliated with them, it has to be disclosed. There's got to be a warning on there. Kind of similar to how tobacco companies can still sell cigarettes, of course. They just have to put the Surgeon General's warning on there and a photo of a black lung or whatever. This bill does have some teeth as well. Failure to comply is a Class A misdemeanor, so up to a year in jail, $4,000 fine. The fine, of course, is no big deal, but up to a year in jail, that's not going to be a good time. Holding accountable, or trying to hold accountable, those who manipulate media to sway elections. But, well, not everyone, just the candidates themselves. So the vast majority of disinformation coming from anonymous accounts online is unlikely to stop. I don't even think it's going to slow down. In fact, it's probably going to speed up as AI gets better. As always, staying informed and having media literacy skills, that's going to be the key. So whether you're scrolling through your feed or you're heading to the polls, this bill is set to take effect on September 2025. It's going to try to shape how future political campaigns communicate with the public, but it's probably also going to be about a drop in the bucket as far as controlling the fire hose of misinformation that we see out there already. Ryan, I hope this helps. Back to you.
It sounds like I'm not that far off. By the way, check out Jordan's podcast on Spotify. It's like Joe Rogan for smart people, and I've been on it 6 times, more than any other guest. Now, violating this particular law is a Class A misdemeanor. That's up to $4,000 in fines and a year in jail in Texas. That might sound harsh, but we've already seen regulation on political ads. This is actually nothing new. If you watch a political ad, you'll hear something like, "I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message."
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
That's because of the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act, also known as McCain-Feingold.
You can't go wrong with McCain-Feingold. It commemorates the McCain-Feingold Act and also looks great with evening wear,
which required transparency in political ads. And this is pretty similar. Again, you're not banning AI ads. It just requires that you label them. Now, here's where things can get kind of weird. I live in Maryland. YouTuber Brandon Herrera lives in Texas. He ran for a Republican primary for Congress back in 2024, although he didn't win. Now, let's say I made an AI video of Brandon riding a T-Rex, firing an AK-47. Let's go, Brandon! But I didn't put a disclaimer on it, and I released it. Could Texas come after me? Could Maryland extradite me? Well, what if I just showed it to my friends and they posted it online, but they didn't include the disclaimer? Like, who's responsible? I don't know. And that's kind of the point, that state level laws really don't scale well on a global internet. So this might be something we need to handle federally. Look, generative AI is going to get better. It's going to get faster, more convincing, more dangerous. Our adversaries are already weaponizing it. The least we can do is label it's fake. And no, Texas did not ban political memes, but it did take a swing at deep fakes that lie to voters. And honestly, that's a conversation worth having. As of today, which is Tuesday, May 6th, 2025, the bill is yet to go to the Texas Senate, where its fate is unknown. It's also unknown whether Texas Governor Greg Abbott will actually sign the bill. If you want the full text, it's on my Substack, ryanbeth.substack.com. Special thanks to Cyabra for allowing me to use their software. Oh, and you know what? Last Republic is finally out as a book. I also have Last Republic Squadron shirts at Bunker Branding. The book kind of speculates what would have happened if Mormon prophet Brigham Young founded the nation of Deseret instead of the state of Utah. So if you're into like Man of the High Castle, Drake series, Guns of the South, you'll probably like this book as well. An audiobook will be out soon for Marines. Thank you so much for watching. Wow, this girl from Watertown sure is cool. Hey kid, what's going on? Think tank! You know, a girl from Watertown is kind of like riding a moped. It's lots of fun till your friends see you on one. What's really cool is a t-shirt or hoodie from Bunker Branding. Wow! Intel Life! Control-C, Control-V! That's exactly what we do! And Bunker Branding has all sorts of cool gear. Intel Life, Aerosol, Live, Laugh, Launch for Destroyer, Trident, HIMARS, and Patriot. Think outside the bomb. Drone Suite Drone, Department of the Boat People, Landmines, and even the tow missile. It would behoove you to grab one today. Girls from Watertown aren't cool, so wear your Bunker Branding gear. Now I know. And knowing's half the battle. Hey babe, you want to dance?
Bunker